an image with two arrows on both the sides. Okay, so they can just click on these options, these arrows on both the sides, and see the images which are loaded. Okay, so this is how it will look like. This is a thing what we did using image carousel option. I'll just come out of the preview section. Okay, now since this is at one side, you can centrally align it by bringing it at the center, so all the images will appear at the center. Okay, now so far we have seen how to add these four options, how to use layouts, how to use collapsible text, how to use table of contents. How will it work? It will work only with three options. We are all aware of it. We have seen image carousel. Now below that is another option, which is button. Now how this option of button can be used. So let us see how it works. You can click on this button option. The moment we click on the button option, it will take you to one more tab of inserting button. So now here what you can do is you can give any name to the button. Say suppose if you have any video of your college which is there on YouTube and you want people to get a link, or you want people to look at that video associated with your college, you can just type YouTube, so that they will know that this particular button will take you to YouTube, which is, or to the videos which are associated with the college. And maybe I can just type in any link which I have. For now, I'll just search for one link. Okay, you all won't be able to see the screen wherein I am searching. I'll just come back in a minute's time. I'm searching one video. I'm searching for a link actually. Okay. So now I've copied a link and I've come here. So I will just copy and paste this link here in the link option. Okay. So the moment I enter a link in the link field, the insert and the cancel option will be active. So I can just click on insert. So this image or this button has come because we have selected this particular aspect. Okay. So now I don't want this particular button at the end of the image, at the end of this page. So I can just move. I can just click on it and I can drag it at the top. Okay. So I want it somewhere here. Okay. Or I can place it wherever I want. I can place it here as well. Okay, you can just drag and just change the place, like you can keep it anywhere you want. Okay, so I'll just place it at this point. Okay, you can just undo all the changes that you have done. That is also possible if you are not happy with what you have done, since this is a demo site. Okay. So now this is a thing which is a button which I have added to the site, which will take me to the videos which are associated with our college. Okay, now I can again change the way this button looks like. So if I click on that, again one horizontal tab will appear, wherein in the drop down option I'll get various options using which I can change the way way the button looks. Okay, you can take text as an option, you can take outline option, you can take field option. So let me go for text. Okay, so you can see it this way. Now I again want to add one more button, so let me click on it this way. So I will just add Facebook. Since we have a Facebook page, I have just typed in there as Facebook, and I'll just copy and paste the same link of the YouTube, but instead of this link you can copy link address of the Facebook page and add here. Okay, and the moment you add in the link address, it will again get created, the button will get created. So you can just shift or take that button and shift it here on the welcome screen, and again you can change the way it looks. Okay, so if you have a Twitter account, okay, you can add that as well, a link to that as well. So same link I'm attaching or I'm adding there. Similarly, you can drag it here. Okay, you can place it wherever you want. So let me just place it here, and I again change it's okay. I'm just adjusting it because I'm not happy with the way it is placed. Okay, so you can always drag and shift it wherever you want to. So now I've planned to shift it here. So if you have a few more social media options available on which there is a content related to your college or based on which you're making a site is available, you can always provide a link to all the viewers of your site by clicking on which they will be able to visit that particular aspect or that particular area related to your college or related to the concept on which you're doing the site. Okay, so we have seen so far collapsible tabs, how to text, how to add a table of contents, how to add image carousel, how to add a button. So now below that is a divider option. Okay, if you can see here, which is represented as a single line. Okay, so what happens when we click on this divider? So what it will do is it will just make it convert it into a section. The way we had equal sign in Google form for creating a section, we have a single sign here, okay, for creating a divider. So it divides your first page into two sections. So the same thing here you can do as well. By clicking, you can just add something related to your details like contact us. Okay, you can add email ID of your institution. Okay, I'll just add mine. Okay, you can add contact numbers or phone numbers there, or you can add address of your college. Okay. Sorry, time. Okay, so I've added address, my college here. Okay, so this is it. So this is how you can create a section using this divider option. Now, below that is a placeholder option. So when you click on placeholder option, it will again create one more section wherein you can add anything. Basically, when you click in that plus sign, it will take you to again a one drop down option wherein you have various sections, like you can upload an image. Okay, you can select an image, you can insert anything which is there in your drive associated with the site you are making. You can add a YouTube video. You can also add a calendar section of a calendar for that particular day, which will get updated every day. So if you have any meetings on that day, that particular day will be displayed here. Okay, so for now I'm just clicking on map because I want to add map. So the moment I click on map, okay, I get this particular interface wherein I can select the map, or if you have any maps saved, you can use them. Since I don't have any maps saved, so the message that is coming here is no maps found. So I'm going to map section and I'll type name of our college. That is Nirmala Institute of Education. Let me select this first option which comes here. So it will show me the location here on the map, on the Google map. So the moment I find this particular symbol, and when the select option is active, I can click on select and you'll able to see the map of the college here. Okay, so I can drag it and shift it where I want. Okay, and if you have anything to add to this particular section along with the map, you can do that as well. You can also widen this by dragging it so that it will look like this. Okay, so I have contact us, our details, our address, and if you have any other cell or something, say suppose if you have any other activity, anything that is a highlight or that shows something, or that is one of the main things that your college does, you can just add it here so that people can see it on the home page. Okay, so let us just preview our site because we have added so many things. So now let us see how it will look like when a viewer will visit our site. So we were able to see all these things even before. Now let us see how is the map, or how will the map look like. So this is the collapsible text. Okay, this is the image carousel. You can see all the images which I added. Now this is a section. Okay, now when we use divider, it actually created a line sort of a thing here. Okay, and below that all the things that we added, that is the contact us details and a map. Okay, so you can see it in the preview section like this, and it will also take you to Google Maps if you click on this view larger map option. If you want directions to the institute, you will get it by clicking on this particular option. So let me come out of this preview. Now, so far we have seen how to use all these 5 options and also the placeholder. Now, here are all the apps which Google allows you to add in Google site, like YouTube, calendar. We know how to add a YouTube video, how to add a calendar, how to add a map, how to add docs. Okay, because you just need to click on that. If you have any documents saved in your Google Drive, you can just select it and add it there. Okay, if you have any slides created in Google Slides app, you can just add it. If you have any Google spreadsheet created, it can be added to the site. Okay, what you need to do is just click on them and explore. Okay, how it will look like. So let me just click on Google Docs just as an example. So the moment I click on it, a new tab will be created. So I don't have anything in my Google Drive which is created in Google Docs. So I cannot see anything. If I had something, I could add it. So let me just see if I have something in Google Slides. No, I don't have anything in Google Slides as well. So, okay, if you have created anything in Google Drive associated with these apps, you can always add it to the page. So, with this, I am through the insert section of this particular app. Okay, so we have seen all the options which are available in the insert tab of Google site. So, is this comfortable? Till now, all are comfortable. If you all have any question related to this, you all can just type in the chat box, and I'll make it a point that I answer all these questions at the end of this session. Okay. So if it is clear till now, you can just comment in the chat box. If not, if you have any query, you can type in right now, because later on you might forget. Okay, because we will go to a new tab which is associated with Google site now, that is pages, which is again a very important tab. Okay, so as I can see many people responding as okay, few questions are also coming in, and most of you all have understood how to do it. Now let us go to the next step, that is pages tab. So when I click on pages tab, you will get a very simple interface wherein you can just see a home button here. Okay, and now after that a blank space will be there, and just at the end of it you can see a plus sign. Okay, so when you move your cursor to the plus sign, there are two options or two things which will be active. That first one is new link. If you want to add a new link, that plus sign will allow you to add a new link to the site, or you can create a new page, which is a very important thing, because a website will have not only one page or home page, it will have various pages. Okay, so if I have to add a page to my site, I can do that by clicking on new page. So the moment I click on new page, this particular tab will appear, wherein I can just name that page. Say suppose the first page is named as home, so the second page can be events. This is just for example. You can design or you can think on which are the pages or what kind of pages you want to add to your web page or website. Okay, so for this particular example, I want to add events. I want to name the second page as events. So let me just click on events and say done. Now, if you see to the right of done is something advanced. If you click on advanced, one more thing comes here, that is custom path. We'll see what is this custom path sometime later. Okay, so for now, I'll just close this and I'll click on done. So the moment I clicked on done, you can see an icon has come here. Okay, that is events. Okay, and next to that are the 3 vertical dots. When you click on those 3 vertical dots, there are various options that you will see in the drop down menu. The first one is it will ask you whether you want to make this page as the home page. Okay, if you want to make this page as home page, the one which we just created, you can just click on the first option. If you want to make, or if you want to duplicate this page, you can do that as well. This properties will again take you to the same tab that we just came out of. Then the fourth option is add sub page. So you can add a sub page to this section. So let us try what will happen when we add a sub page. So when I click on add sub page, it might I'll just have one of our famous events that our college conducts, which is Abolenche Fest. You can just type a name of that event. Okay. So at the moment you add a sub page, if you see this, you can find this particular subpage just below the event. So it is a part of it. And now if you look at here, at the home page, you can see home, events, and a downward arrow. When you click on the downward arrow, you can see this particular subpage or the event that I've added, which is Abolenche Fest. So if I want people to look at the events which our college conducts or undertakes, I can add all the events that will come under this particular page in a subpage. Okay. So now I want to add one more tab or one more page to my uh, site. I can name the new page as maybe I suppose about us. Okay, and now I feel that I need to move this up. Okay, so what I need to do, I can just click on that page and just drag it up there. So it allows me to shift these pages screen as well, that is home, about us, and events. So if I can think of few more pages, I can add them as well. Maybe I can add contact us page. Okay, I can add one more page which will give information about the faculty of our institute. Okay, let me say done. Like that, you can add n number of pages. There is no limit to the number of pages that you can add. Like it can cover this entire space. Okay, and if you feel that it is covering the entire space of your site, you can always add sub pages to the main pages that you have created. Okay, so I can just edit this particular page, wherein maybe I can say. Maybe I'll just go to contact us section and I'll add a sub page wherein I can just add email. Okay, and add information associated with facts. Okay, which will help them contact us in all the ways, and phone numbers. Okay, so this is how I want my website to look. Okay, so these are the changes which you can do, or this is the way how you can edit your site using this particular tab, that is pages. And by using this one sign of pages, and then you can add subpage using this 3 vertical dots. So this should be very clear to everyone. And there is one last option which is available there. If you want to hide this particular page from navigation, that is also possible. Okay, but since you are creating it, you would want everyone to see it, so there is no need to hide it from the navigation. But in case if you have any trouble working on that page, and if you don't want anyone to see that page on the screen online when they visit the site, you can always click on hide from navigation, and so that it will not allow anybody to refer to the page. So now we are done with the pages section. Now what we can do is we can just go to the third tab, that is themes. Now there are various themes that are available online, which are available by default, which are simple, Aristotle, Diplomat. There are various ones, vision, level, and impression. They are present there by default. So if you click on any one of these themes, it will change entirely the way your site looks like. So let us try for this particular tab. So this particular tab is a sub page. So if I want to go to contact us, it will take me here. So for home, we have this particular image. Okay, for about us, I want to add one more image from my device, that is an image of a institution's name. Okay, so I can just do it by this way. Okay, so now I want to go to the next page that I've created. Now I want to change the theme. Okay, so here you can see everything will change. The name you can change the way you want. Okay, you can, when you click on vision, there are various color options which are provided. So you can change the color of this tab as well. Okay, so let me go to about us. So same thing will be applicable or applied to all the areas of or all the tabs of your website. So this is how I want my site to be seen or by the visitors. Okay, so these are the options which are available in the theme tab. Okay, so now we are done with the options which were available in insert pages. We have seen how to add pages. We have seen how to add sub pages, how we can add or how we can hide a particular page from the people from navigating it, and how we can change or how we can shift these pages. What you have to do is just click on this, hold it for some time, and then just move wherever you want to. If you want this contact us here and faculty before events, you can do that as well. You can see here after about us faculty has come. If I want events after contact us, it will change its position here as well. Okay, so you can drag and shift it wherever you want to. Now let us see how will the site look like when I click on preview. Earlier we had only one page, that is this page. Now since we were able to add the pages by going into the page section, I have this home page here with all the information that we added just as this is an example for a demonstration. Okay, we have added 4 pages here: about us, faculty, events, and contact us. Okay, so in about us, we have some information. So if I want to add some information about our college, I'll just double tap here. Okay, this is in the preview, so I cannot edit it. I'll just come out of the preview. Okay, I will go to about us. If I want to add a text related to our college here, okay, so I'll just copy a text, copy one text from Google. I am not sharing the screen with you all. I'll just copy something and paste it there. So what I've done is I'm just going to our website, college website, and copying a vision of our college, and I have come to this place and I've pasted it here. Okay, so I added our vision statement to the site. So likewise, you can add anything. Say suppose if you are doing a website for your own college, if you're doing a website for your own purpose. Now, since this particular webinar is how we can use these Google Apps for our teaching learning process. So actually, we can create a website for our own use without a domain name. We'll see what a domain name is for a particular subject or for a particular year. So say suppose if you want to create a website or a site for your own subject, like I want to create a site for my subject of science methodology. If I want to create it for math, for all other subjects, whichever subject that you're teaching, you can do that, and you can add all the links or whatever that your information that you have about the subject on this particular site, and you can just share this site link with your students. So whenever they want, they'll get information about your subject. You can add in your about you, what are the ways by which you conduct or you carry out the activities throughout the year. All those things are possible by using this particular app. So by now we know how to edit. So in the similar way, how we have added things in home, similarly we can do it for the rest of the tabs which or rest of the pages that we just created, and this will remain there throughout, okay, in the edit section. So you can edit the event section as well. So since we have a famous event called Aboleche Fest, of which various videos are available online on YouTube. Say suppose if I want to add a video here, so what I'll do is I'll just add a YouTube. I'll go to YouTube. I'll just type Aboleche Fest. I will wait for the video. So you can see here Aboleche Fest 2020, Nirmala Institute of Education. So this video is uploaded on YouTube by our college. So I'll just click on that video because I want people to see this video on my site. So I'll just click on select. So this video will come here. It will get loaded here. Okay, so I can just edit it the way I want. If I want the entire screen to be seen, I'll just do that. So I've aligned it at the center. So what I've done is I've done it in the events section in Aboleche Fest page. Okay, so in this what I have done is in the sub page of Aboleche Fest. Hope everything this is clear to you. So like this, I can add and edit my site the way I want. I have created this site for our college. Likewise, you can create it for your subject. Okay, every year you can just change the options or change the things that you are uploading, and you can just always update the site. Okay, so now so far we have seen how to create a Google site. We have seen how to design a Google site using various tabs, or the three tabs that are available, that is insert, pages and themes. Okay, now let us see how we can publish this site. Okay, as you can see here, the site name is not added, so I can just say NIE. Okay, now I want to publish this site. So what do I have to do if I have to publish this site? So then if you are publishing it for the first time, if you are if you're doing it for the first time, it will not show you a drop down arrow here. So let me just try publishing it. Let us see what happens when I publish this particular site. What are the options that will appear? So the moment I click on publish, it will take me to a new tab called publish to the web. Okay, so it will allow me to add a web address. Okay, and the basic, what you call the address is here, the http sites.google.com/view/. Okay, so you can add, maybe I can just say NIE. IE OA. Okay, so this is the address of my site. Okay, which you can see here. Now custom URL. Now in that you have they have asked you to make it easier for the people to visit your site with custom URL links with your domain. So if you have your domain which is bought by you, in order to do this you need to have a domain of yours which you need to buy. Okay. So but for our college purpose, for teaching and learning purpose, it's okay if we don't have a domain, because you can manage with all the options which the Google has provided you. Now who can view my site? This is a privacy setting. So you can manage, you can click on manage and go to it and decide who will see. Those who have link, those who, or anybody that you can select. Now below that is a search setting wherein you can see request public search engines to not display my site. So if you want public search engines like Google not to display your site, then you need to click on this. But if you're okay, if somebody is searching your site there, and if somebody wants to like visit your site without the link, they can definitely type in the site name or something, a link which they might have with them in Google, and they'll able to visit your site. So I don't want people, I don't want the search engines to not to display my site, so I'm not clicking it. So now the next option that becomes active here is publish. So let me publish the site that I've just created. The moment you publish, it will show as publishing. Okay. Now how you'll know whether your site is published or not? There is a message which will appear here. Okay, that is your site has been published. And another sign that your site has published is this drop down arrow. Okay, so when you click on that drop down arrow, you will get all these four options: publish setting, review changes and publish. Okay, sorry, review publish, review changes and publish, view published site or unpublish. Okay, so when you click on that drop down menu, you'll get 4 options. Now, when you go to publish settings, you can change the setting again. If you want to change the web address, you can do that. All the changes that we just did before publishing the site, you can do in the first option in the drop down menu. The second option is review changes and publish. So, say suppose for the first years you have created a website, and in that you have added the content which is associated with that particular subject on that. So in the next year, when new students will come into your school, to your college, you want to add something more to the site. So when you add something more to the site, you need to go to this option to review, change and publish. So since I have not added or changed anything, so I have nothing to review. Okay, so say suppose if I change the web address. So by going to publish setting, let me change web address and call it as NI Goa. So I can just type NI Panjim Goa. Okay, Panaji Goa. So I have changed my web address. So when I change this, it will again ask me to save it, and then when I click on the second option of review, change and publish, it will show me something. Okay. Okay. It's not that time. So say suppose if I'm adding, let me add a text box here in the faculty. Okay. It will not show it when you change the web address, but when you add something to your faculty tab, say suppose if I want to add names of the faculty working in the college. Names of the faculty members. Okay, I will just type the names. A, B. So you can just mention their name, their designation, their qualification this way. So this is a change that I've done to the site. So when I go to review changes and publish, I will see tabs like this. So it will show me a draft, the changes that I've done here in the site, that is in the faculty, and the one which is currently published. And it will ask you whether you want to publish the draft that you have just created. So if I click on publish, it will publish the change that I have just done in the site. Okay, so that is about the second option in the publish drop down menu. Third one is view published site. So how to view a published site is this, by clicking on published site. So here I can see the site that I've just published. I have a home tab wherein I can see all the things that I've just added. So then about us, when I click on about us, I get this. In the faculty, the changes that I just did will be visible. In the events, okay, I have nothing in the events, but I have a page that is Avalanche FS. I need to click on this arrow here and click on Avalanche FS. I'll get the video that I uploaded. Okay, you can just play the video by clicking on this option, and then contact us. So wherein I have again 3 things, that is email, that is information related to email is will be given here in the tab. If related to fax and phone numbers which are important or which can be important, which will be important for the people who are visiting. Okay, so now I will just go back here. Okay, so now we have seen these 3 options in the published section. Now, a very important one is something called unpublished. Say suppose if you're not happy with what you have published and somebody has told you like this is not really nice and you want to change it. If you want to change it, you can do so, but you're not happy with what you have done. If you want to unpublish it, so the moment you click on unpublish, it will take out the site from the domain or take out the site from all the search engines. If you just click on unpublish, whatever that you uploaded till now will be removed. Okay, so there is no worry. If even while you're trying how to use or how to publish a site, you can just try it once and then you can unpublish it so that nobody will be able to see the site even when they search in Google. So this option is very important for the beginners who really want to try it out and use it for their purpose during the teaching and learning process. So as I already mentioned that these apps like Google Classroom, Google Forms, and Google Slide, these are the apps which can be they can be actually made a good use of actually in order to teach the students, in order to improve the teaching learning process. Now it is up to us how we go about and how we make use of it. So actually you can have your own site, you can have actually add all the forms. Say suppose you have learned how to create a Google Classroom, so you can give a link of Google Classroom in this site. You can give a link of all your tests that you're going to conduct using Google Form in this site. So there is a possibility of adding links, okay, using all the options which we saw here in the insert option, in the pages, in the theme. So you can create a separate page. If you are creating a page for test, if you, this is a site which you want to create for your subject, then you can just create one more page for test, okay, wherein you can add sub pages there, or maybe one page for FYs, FY students, okay. You can add another page for SY, okay. You can do that, and in that you can add the material. So if I go to FY page, I can add links, I can add text, I can add instructions here, I can give them links to various YouTube videos which will be useful for them for their exam, okay. All the material I can share using this, and whatever changes that you do in this Google site will always be saved in your drive. See here, all changes are saved in drives. You don't have to worry if your content, what if your content is lost. So it will be always safe. It will always remain safe in your Google Drive. So I think this is the best way by which we can make use of all these Google apps, which are available free of cost. Nowadays, we are running after apps, we are running after various options which are made available for which we have to pay. But we are actually not focusing on those which are available free of cost. Like Google is providing us with so many apps. These are only three which I have focused on during this webinar, but there are various other apps which we can use for improving our teaching learning process from teaching point of view, which can make our job very much simpler and very much easier and also very interesting for the students. Okay, so now a last part which is associated with Google sites is, now how will I let my students access this site? So the best way to do it is go to this option. Okay, so when you click here or when you move a cursor there, you can see copy publish site link. So if you want to share this site link which I've just created, you just need to go there and click on it. So the moment you click on it, it will show you a publish site link, as in this is a link of your site which you just created, and the domain name or the name of your site is this https sites.google. So every site that you create, it will have this thing common. So now they allow you to give a web address which is your choice. Okay, for this site I have given NIE Panji Goa. So like that you can give your subject name, you can give your name or whichever name you like. So I can just click on copy link and share it. I can share it with my students online, or I can share it with them using WhatsApp. I can share it to them using our Google Classroom option. Okay, so now what I will do is I will just show you all how you can see this. Now this is a link that I have, link of the site which I have just created. So I'll just copy it and I'll post it in Google. Okay, so this is a Google site. Can you all see this screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here what I'll do is I'll just paste this link, okay, of my site, and let us see what comes. So the moment I paste this link in the Google search engine, it will show me my site. Okay, so you can share your link easily with your students. You can mail it to them. So this is a very simple way by which I have designed the site. You can design it in a much better way. So for that you need a lot of time. You need to have a vision like how you want your site to look like. Okay, so all those things, this is the way you can manage or create your own site, and actually it can be of a great help to the teaching community and also to the student community, because it will keep all your work organized, and more than that, it will keep all your work safe. You don't have to worry what if your device is stops, if it stops working. You tend to lose all your details, all your information, all the notes that you create, or all the PPTs that you create for your students. But if you upload it here online, so it can actually help you manage everything very easily without any problem. Okay, so this I think Google apps like Google Classroom, Google Form, and Google Site can be of a great help to all of us. So if you have really understood how to make use of it, and if you are able to understand, if you are able to understand the significance or how important they are for us, and they are made available to us at free of cost, we don't have to pay anything for it. Oh, the only thing that we need to have is a Gmail account, which also you can create free of cost. So I think we must or we should take advantage of these apps and make our teaching learning process more interesting. So I think I'm done with this Google Sites. If you all have any questions related to the topic that I just covered, you can ask it in the chat box.